Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wanja Waithaka and I am trying to be your business enthusiast, and we are back with a new video. But before we get into that, I hope you watched my last video on the 10 things that I learned in corporate, and I hope that some of these things resonate with you guys. If you have any other piece of advice to give anyone who is about to join corporate or is in corporate, please drop them on the comment section. Yes, we are back this week and we will be talking about credit cards. So the credit cards that I am talking about exactly are the bank credit cards. Yeah, so what exactly stirred up this conversation? The other day, I was contacted by someone from my bank and they wanted to know whether I wanted to get a credit card. And the first thing that came to my mind was, I think I'm still too young for a credit card. And this is too grown for me, like I'm still a baby, man, I'm still a child. But actually, when I did my research, I realized that it's easy to get access to a credit card. So long as you're earning a certain amount of money, you can easily get access to a credit card. But first and foremost, what exactly is a credit card? A credit card is a card that will allow you to do transactions and then pay later. So you'll be given a period, you'll be given a limit of how much you can use within a certain period. And afterwards, when you're done using it, you're supposed to repay within a certain period. So that's what a credit card is. If you compare it to the other debit cards are cards that you first have to put money in, then you do transactions with it. So that is the difference. Debit cards, you put money and do the transactions, while credit cards, you do the transactions and pay later. So what exactly are the benefits of having a credit card? Number one, you build a good credit history with the bank. In case you want to get access to loans, the bank will be able to see your repayment patterns. They'll be able to see whether you've been overspending, and this will be able to determine the credit score, which will allow you to get access to a loan. Another advantage of having a credit card is the incentives that you get from the credit cards. A lot of credit cards will offer you money back guarantees. For example, if you use your credit card to purchase certain items, you're going to get, for example, 1% money back guarantee, 2% cash back guarantee, and the likes. Other incentives that you will get from the credit cards, of course, is air miles. You'll be able to access VIP lounges at the airports. You can also get access to exclusive events based on the credit card that you have. Another advantage of having a credit card is insurance. You're able to get insurance, and some of the types of insurance that you can get is travel insurance, baggage insurance, based on the credit card that you have. Another advantage of having a credit card, of course, is the access to money, access to credit. You're given a certain amount of money, and for some certain amount of time, you're allowed to repay it back without any interest. This is like a free loan, to say the least. For example, I have a credit limit of 50,000 shillings, and this month I decide to use, let's say, 30,000 shillings. I'm given a period, it could be 30 days, it could be 50 days, to pay back that money without it attracting any interest. Another advantage of having a credit card is, and this is with some of the banks, is that they have a feature called the buy now, pay later feature, basically. So what this means is that you can decide to purchase an electronic. For example, if I decide to purchase a phone today, I can pay the full amount. For example, if the phone is 50,000, I will pay the full 50,000, but the payment will be converted into a loan which can be paid in installments of up to 12 months. This is a feature for some of the banks. So look out for some of these features if you decide to get a credit card. So what exactly are the disadvantages of having a credit card? Because the advantages look really good, they look too good. One of the disadvantages of having a credit card is the likelihood to misuse the credit card. Because this is access to instant money, you are likely to overspend, which will attract penalties. Another disadvantage is the high interest rates, especially if you repay back the amount after the repayment period. It will attract high interest rates. If you spend above the limit, it will attract high interest rates. Another disadvantage of having a credit card is that the hidden costs. I don't want to call them hidden exactly, because if you know about them, you'll choose the credit card wisely. But some of these hidden costs that I'm talking about is there's an annual fee that you're supposed to pay every year. There is a joining fee for some of these credit cards. There is a monthly interest rate which is charged after the interest-free period, which is a bit high. There is an over the limit fee. So it could be a fee or it could be a percentage. So these are some of the costs that you should be aware before you get your credit card and see whether it's worth getting that credit card. But what are some of the things that you should note when you decide to get a credit card? A credit card is issued based on your monthly income. This is based on the amount of money that comes through your account. If someone earns 30,000 and there's someone else who earns 200,000, the 200,000 person will be issued a different credit card as compared to the person who only earns 30,000. Not to say that the person who earns 200,000 cannot get access to the credit card for the person who earns 30,000, but the person who earns 30,000 cannot get access to the credit card of the person who earns 200,000. I hope that is clear. Another thing that you should note is that getting access to that credit card also depends on whether you are a member of the bank or not. I'll give an example. If I am a member of a bank, I will be required to have a monthly income of 30,000 shillings. But if I am not a member of that bank and I'd like access to that credit card, I'll probably be required to have a monthly income of 50,000. So that is the difference. If you're a member of that bank, it could be cheaper to get access to that credit card as compared to someone who is not a member. Another thing that you should note when you decide to get a credit card is that do not spend above the limit. If you spend above the limit, it will attract high interest. It will attract costs. You'll end up, remember that you're trying to build a reputation with the bank so that you're able to get access to things like loans. So the bank wants to see that whatever money that you've been given, you're able to use it wisely. So avoid spending above the limit. Another thing that you should note if and when you decide to get a credit card is that always repay on time. Again, you are trying to build a good credit history with the bank so that you're able to access loans. One of the things that the banks will look at is your repayment patterns. So if you're someone who has been paying late, you kind of reduce your credit score because the bank looks at it and will be like, this one will pay late. So what happens? Getting access to a loan becomes much harder. It becomes more expensive for you. So always repay on time. Another thing that you should take note of if and when you decide to get a credit card is never miss a payment. If you do miss a payment, it will attract charges. Again, you're also going to reduce your credit score. You're trying to build a good credit history with the bank. So never miss a payment. These are the things that you should know before you get a credit card. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like, please share and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. If you have other tips in terms of bank cards, doesn't have to be credit cards, it could be debit cards, it could be other cards, drop them on the comment section and let me know other videos that you'd love to see. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye.